Then on to this. This is in the realm of stories that are so bad, it's actually amusing to watch them just to see how bad they were. This is a story that falls apart in almost every way possible. And actually, the DVD itself has one of the probably most amusing documentaries where they don't hide the fact that Time Lash was a disaster. They just kind of examine where it went wrong. It's kind of like Plan 9 from Outer Space. Sometimes things are so bad, it's actually entertaining to watch kind of the train wreck on TV, which is definitely the story with Time Lash. So, yeah. More Colin Baker. And then, continuing a trend, Time and the Ronnie, which actually I reviewed a few months ago. Now, I think one of the reasons the last two Doctors in the original series, number 6, Colin Baker, and number 7, Sylvester McCoy, I think really a major problem with them is they both had horrendous opening stories, which I think inflicted both characterizations throughout the run. And Time and the Ronnie, it begins the problem of season 24. Which was John Nathan Turner, as I've said in other videos, had wanted to leave the show before the season began. Actually, he wanted to leave for several years, but the BBC just wouldn't let him go. So he was burnt out, but he was trying to do something different with the show. But unfortunately, he took it in entirely the wrong direction. And Sylvester McCoy actually is a Doctor that did see a major change throughout his run. He did 3... series. He started off, and it's very clear in this one, as a joking character, sort of around the same lines as Patrick Troughton was, but unfortunately just did not come off as well with Sylvester McCoy. So that was kind of a mistake from the beginning. Also, the story is just kind of a mess. But I think, to Sylvester McCoy's credit, when you watch the final season, season 26, there had almost been a complete reversal of the character. It's actually similar to the way David Tennant's version of the Doctor progressed. He started out as, kind of a lighthearted, joking Doctor. I'm talking about Sylvester McCoy. But by the 26th season, it was actually probably the darkest incarnation of the Doctor. We saw a very, abrupt switch over the course of his run. Then he became this almost godlike figure. In fact, in one of the documentaries, that was... one of the writers, and I think the writer of Silver Nemesis actually said, the secret is the Doctor actually is God, and that's where they were going with. And so they were building up to some kind of secret in the Doctor's past, which obviously got cut off because the show got canceled. Sylvester McCoy, along with Colin Baker and Peter Davison, is also on Big Finish. And in the Big Finish incarnation of the character, they've really downplayed the dark side. In fact, they often joke about the downside of the Doctor. Okay, so that's Time and the Ronnie. And then this was just in a video a couple days ago, which actually prompted this video. Paradise Towers, Absurdism. And actually, since I've made that video, I've watched this all the way through. And it just doesn't work. I'm not even going to say much more about it. And obviously, this is the second one from season 24. And the final one, surprise, surprise, another DVD from season 24. This is my personal least favorite Doctor Who story. This is another one that's, worth watching just because it's so bad. But unfortunately, this is actually the only DVD in the entire collection I haven't watched all the way through, because I get to episode 2, or past episode 2, and just end up turning it off. This was just a mess. This was Doctor Who at its worst. This was season 24 at its worst. It's just a catastrophe. This season 24, mainly the people that will want to buy them, are completists like myself. And also, like myself, there are some stories that it's almost amusing to watch just because they are such a disaster. This one must be about 2 years since it came out, and I still haven't made it all the way through. And I've watched this all the way through once, when it was originally aired back in 1988 in Canada. And I actually stopped watching Doctor Who for a while after originally seeing this episode, just because the show had largely become a farce. But this is not necessarily to denigrate Sylvester McCoy. He's a brilliant actor and did actually create what I think in many ways was the most fascinating incarnation of the Doctor by the end. It's just too bad that season 24 was such a disaster. And I think season 24 was so bad that really by the end, it was written in stone. Doctor Who was going away for a while. I don't think they could have done anything, and actually they did make a brilliant season 26, but by that point it was too late. And I think season 24 had a lot to do with it. But anyway, so this is a different kind of Doctor Who video, the worst of the series. And actually, in the near future, I've actually had a few requests to do another overview of the full DVD collection, because obviously I have everything that's been released in Region 1, and it's been, I think, almost 3 years since I did my last overview, so I'm going to do a multi-part overview. Also, I'm planning on doing a multi-part overview of my entire DVD collection, which I plan on doing the next couple of weeks, and that's obviously going to be a multi-part video. So you'll be seeing quite a bit in the near future. Anyways, this is longer than my average Doctor Who video. In fact, I'm not sure on the time frame, but I think I may have to split it into 2 parts. Well, but that's okay. But anyways, so that's all I have for today. So thank you once again, everyone, for watching, and I will see you all again very soon.